All right, guys, next step in the process is laying out our walls. So here's the drawing. Feel free to change the dimensions of this if you want, but this is a good one and it's got windows and doors and all that kind of stuff. If you do change your layout a little bit, the one thing you're going to want to keep is this center wall. You're going to want some sort of center bearing wall in there, but you could change, let's say, a door to a cased opening or something like that. If you do change your layout a little bit, just touch base with me and just make sure you got everything designed correctly. Okay, so I actually caught an error in my drawing. I've got 5/16 here for the plate width on these two walls. So these numbers aren't going to add up if you're using this hard copy. I'm going to revise this and I'll send it out on Google Classroom over the weekend so you'll have this with the correct dimensions on there. First step, grab your deck. Remember, we marked where we started our layout, so everything lays out in this direction for both these walls. Our floor joists are running this way, so our ceiling joists and our rafters are also going to run this way. So first step, when you've got your deck, normally what you do is you go each corner and you hold in the width of your wall or your plate, and then you would snap lines all the way around to make sure those walls are nice and straight. But because we've got straight lines here on our sheathing, because it's only one piece, we're just going to use our combo square again. Set it to the thickness of our plate and make those marks, scribe those marks all the way around our deck. Okay, next we want to lay out our center bearing wall. So if we look on this side, we've got dimensions here for our window openings and stuff. So you're going to have to add all these up to get that location of that center bearing wall. So starting from the bottom here, we've got 5/16 plus 3 3/4 plus 3 plus 2 1/2. So that adds up to 4 1/16, 7 1/16, 9 9/16. And then we start our wall. So if I hook on this bottom here, and I go 9 9/16, that's where our wall is. So now we're going to need a straight line across here. Normally we would do that with a chalk line on the deck, but if you've got a nice straight plate, that'll work to make that mark. So we've got our center bearing wall laid out. Next we need to lay out this dividing wall. So coming from this corner right here, we've got 3 1/2 plus 3 plus 3 3/4, and then we get our center bearing wall. So that's 6 1/2, 9 1/4, and go for that wall. Alright, so we've got our lines drawn all the way around our deck. I drew them nice and dark so you guys can see them, but you don't really need them that dark. So the next step is we got to start laying out our window and door openings. So this is the front wall of the house, I guess, where the front door is. So if I pull off the outside using my drawing, we've got 8 1/2 inches to the door opening. And that door opening is 3 inches wide. So that's 11 1/2. So there's our door opening right there. So you just do that on every single wall right here. This side wall, we've got 2 window openings. We don't need to worry about the head height right now, but we do need the rough opening. So window number 1, rough opening, is 4 inches wide. It's always shown in width by height. So with this wall, we have window number 1, number 3. Window number 1 is 4 inches wide. Window number 3 is 3 inches wide. If there's no dimensions over here, you can assume these windows are lined up the same as all these. So I'm going to use these dimensions to pull my window openings and lay all those out. So just start pulling everything, laying out all these dimensions. If you've got any questions on anything or you're stuck, just reach out to me.